And good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. You got Vernon this morning on Vernon Morning Show. Coffee time, y'all. Coffee time. Wake up, everybody. Get up, Friday. It's the weekend. Yay! It is the weekend right here on the Gulf Coast, Pensacola, Florida, y'all. And as Robert Hill used to always say, he would always say, he would say, the weekend in Pensacola is made for each other. And it is, y'all. Good morning. It's last day to work. Last work day of the week. You got tomorrow. You can do all of you. You can do your homework tomorrow. You just do like the kids have to do homework Monday through Friday. Grown folks do their homework on Saturday. So if you got to clean up on Saturday morning, if you got to mow the yard, go get the car wash, do whatever you need to do on a Saturday morning. That's what you do, because you usually wake up every morning, every Saturday morning. You wake up to some good old blues, okay, and you wake up to the blues hound, and you do your homework. While you cleaning up the house, you usually clean up the house to the old boy from Slidell, the blues man. All of that is coming back, y'all. All of that, I'm telling you right now, all of that is coming back. And it's coming back on WBQP radio, okay? Coming back on WBQP radio. And so you're looking at WBQP TV and WBQP radio as well. I want to say good morning to everybody that's under the sound of my voice this morning. And I just want you to know, I just want you to know that it's Friday. It's Friday. Yes, sir. It is Friday, and we looking for a great weekend. You got some activities going on this weekend. We're gonna talk about in our segment this morning in our segment about the community news. So here's what we usually do: we get up and we talk a little bit about what's going on in the news, headlines in the news on the local front. Then if there's anything worthy of reporting from the state news, we report that, or anything worthy of reporting from the national news. We just give you the headlines. You can get the details for yourself, okay? We don't have time to get into most of the details. And not only that, we give you news, but this news is a little bit different than you get from everybody else. Everybody else give you details. I'm going to give you the headlines so that you can go out and find the details for yourself. However you get your news, so you can verify what I tell you. Okay, verify what I tell you. If you subscribe to the newspaper, go to your newspaper. You look at news on television, look at news on TV. Look, if you get your news on the internet, get that. But I want you to be careful about getting your news on the internet. Okay, if you get your news on the internet, it's going to be it may and may not be accurate. So you have to filter that. So, but we that's what we're going to do. We're going to cover some events of the day. We're going to talk about, give you some little Black history facts. Okay, we're going to try to give you a little motivational tour. We're going to try to hopefully give you maybe. I think I installed this thing called the joke of the day, and I'm also instilling into one of my segments during the week is church news. If you got church news, send your news on over to us. Like I say, if you got anything you will need to report, you got any activities going on in the organization, got something going on that you need for the community to know, just text it to me at 850-293-5007 or either email it to wbqp@wbqp.com. Okay, just that simple. Email it at wbqp@wbqp.com or just text it to me at 850-293-5007. Okay, 5007. And we're going to talk about any jobs available and in the whole nine, as I say, the whole 9 yards. Okay, the whole 9 yards. So I want you to do for right now. Okay, what I need you to do right now. Okay, right now, I need you to get on the telephone. On your computer and on your tablets and on your email and tell everybody that I'm on the new Vernon, the new Hill in the Morning show is on with Vernon. Okay, the new Hill, you can call it New Hill in the Morning show. I'm just covering the stuff that Hill used to do, and I just call it Vernon this morning, a coffee with Vernon, and so forth. So we got a great lineup for you, today, and we're gonna talk about a lot of things. We're gonna have the sheriff on in at 8:30. Okay, we had a sheriff on at 8:30 today as well. Okay, all right, y'all. We'll go to, as they say, we're gonna pay some bills. But when we do that, we'll be right back. Y'all just let everybody know when you get on Facebook, share it, like it, follow us. If you get on YouTube, okay, just subscribe and share it, okay, and like, okay. All right, y'all, we'll be right back.
Some mobile companies make it hard to get a good deal. But at Cox Mobile, we know there's a better way to save. A smarter way. That's why we run on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability without breaking the bank. You'll pay as low as $30 per line. It's a win-win. Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile.
Looking to start a career or change your current career? Pensacola State College is the place for you. Choose from short-term, high-demand career and technical education programs ranging from commercial vehicle driving to medical assisting. Call 850-484-2000.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Call State Farm agent Arthur Searcy for your personal price plan today.
I remember these. Will I have the money to send my kid to college? Well, that's specific. How long has that been there? 7-letter word for a bank that helps you reach your goals.
Synovus. Order for Synovus?
Thank you.
Are you Synovus?
Yes.
Are you gonna ask or should I?
A solid financial future doesn't happen by chance. Let's talk about your potential today.
Joe Morrison Son Funeral Home has been in business since 1913. Hi, I'm David Hawkins, the owner of Joe Morrison Son Funeral Home, saying we are a full-service funeral home. We offer pre-need funeral planning. We have a newly remodeled chapel and conference facility. Stop by and see us today. We have 9 vehicles, all waiting to service you. At Joe Morrison Son Funeral Home, we appreciate your stopping by. On behalf of all of our family here at Joe Morrison Son Funeral Home, thank you so much for allowing our family to serve you.
Viola's Menswear, 2727 West Cervantes Street, Pensacola, Florida. Gentlemen, fine clothing at an affordable price. Suits starting at $139. Dress, shoes, hats, and accessories. Here at Viola's Menswear, 2727 West Cervantes Street in Pensacola, Florida. Call today at 429-7146, 2727 West Cervantes Street in Pensacola, Florida.
All right, Pensacola, good morning, good morning, good morning. You got Vernon this morning. Coffee time. It is coffee time with Vernon. Yay! I want to say good morning to everybody on the sound of the hound's voice. Mrs. Lois Pruitt up in St. Louis, Missouri. Good morning, sugar. I know you got your coffee. You up early. Lois is up early every morning up in the what I call the Golden Arch State up there in the Midwest there, but in St. Louis. Say one a good morning to everybody else this morning, Mr. Porter, everybody listening this morning to Vernon this morning, okay, Vernon this morning. All right, y'all, just like I usually do, I just want to cover, just want to preference you now. You need to go and check out your own news source to verify everything I'm saying, because I'm going to give you some headlines. And my news is a little bit different, because when I opinionate mine, okay, with my opinions, okay, I do opinionate mine with my opinions sometimes and everything, and it's just may not be right, but it's my show. That's That's what I do. Okay. Now, one other thing I want you to do, if you will, just get on your phone. Tell everybody that we're on. Okay, we're on the radio app. We're on the television app. And if you don't want to see, we're on TV now. We're on radio. I just verified we're on radio, and we're on TV, and we're on social media. And everything. See? And it's just and anybody that can't get the show, just tell them that. Just one quick item before I go to the news. Just show them how to get the show. Okay, and it's very, very easy. Okay, it's very easy. Only thing you got to do is tell them to just type in this graphic here. I mean, this link. The link, that's just a very easy way to do it, is type in rdo.to/WBQP. You can get us rdo.to/WBQP. You can get us anywhere in the world. Or you can go to your app store and download the app. You can go to look at us on TV. You can look at us on Roku. You can look at us on Android TV. You can look at us on Fire TV. You can look at us on Samsung TV. Wherever you get your television. We're everywhere except for your local cable company, okay? We're everywhere except for your local cable company. So y'all make sure y'all let the world know about this station, the only black-owned station. Yes, I'm proud to say that. The only black-owned station on the Gulf Coast, and perhaps the state of Florida. I don't know, and we've been around. Now we've been around for some almost 35 years, since 1992. That's just 33 or 34 years, something like that. We've been around here a long time, intend to be around for a long time. All right, now let's get into some of the national, state, and some local news items, if you will. Okay, and I'm not going to necessarily. Sometimes I arrange them in order, but this time I want to talk about some state news first, because I think this is a good thing, okay? And also try to bring you black news, something that affects us directly, with the black folks, okay? Because most of my listeners probably are black, okay? And most of my listeners are probably community related, and most of my listeners are probably in the greater Pensacola area, and also the state of Florida. But we got folks like Miss Lois Pruitt up in St. Louis, Missouri. We got folks around in Africa. We got folks all around the world tuning us in. Okay, folks all around the world is tuning us in. So I want to make sure that you let everybody know that we're here. We got the new WBQP TV and WBQP radio. Okay. WBQP TV and WBQP Radio. I want everybody to know about the WBQP TV and the WBQP Radio. All right, now the good news, I think, for us in the state of Florida, Ben Crump, y'all know the famous attorney. He's been made famous since Johnny Cochran passed on. Our next champion attorney for black folks is a guy by the name of Ben Crump. Okay, Ben Crump has another victory under his belt. He's going to go down as being one of the most prolific attorneys. Okay, he's going to go down as being one of the most prolific attorneys. Let me see if I thought I had my mic on here, but I got some issues here on the radio side, because it's saying that I'm not processing on the radio side. But I am going to fix that in just 1 second here. Okay, just fix that in just 1 second. But Ben Crump has down in Florida for a wrongful death suit, okay, over in Havana, Florida, for a wrongful death suit, okay, and he It's a huge, huge, huge victory. $779 million victory that he won. Okay, that he won. Okay, wow. So he is a great attorney. Also on the national news, you know the beef about 50 Cent and Diddy. 50 Cent and Diddy. 50 Cent and Diddy. You know, 50 Cent's got a movie out now. I think he's an anti-Diddy person, but he got a movie out about Diddy, so you might want to check out that. And he said that he got some more footage that didn't make it, that really put more bad light on Diddy. So you might want to check that out as well while you're doing your work there. Okay. Also, we had a security guard that was shot dead in that internet cafe back down in Havana, Florida, which was the person that Ben Crump got the verdict for. His name was Louis Butler, I believe it was. He was a security guard, and they sued and got that verdict for wrongful death thing. Now, there's also for the state of Florida. More news for the state of Florida. Okay, more news for the state of Florida. The license plate law. We got a crazy law in Florida about license plate covers. Okay, you know how you buy your vanity tags and you buy your thing says FAMU or whatever. Well, this crazy legislature in Florida, okay, crazy is sound, okay, crazy. They passed a law about that, saying they can't read information on your tag, and people being pulled over now. And they're just warning people about it, but the fines could be up to $500 or 6 months in jail. So you might want to check that out. If you got these frames around your tag that claim that they have to be able to read everything. So we're going to talk to the sheriff about it this morning and see what their position is on that. I believe the chief deputy is coming in today, and we're going to talk about that as well. The contractor, Jesse, I believe his name is Jesse LaCosta, that started work, and he got sentenced yesterday to 10 years for his home building scams and not completing work and defrauding people out of money. So you might want to read about the details of that in your local news source. Okay. Also on the national news front, the Trump administration again failed to indict. Okay, they failed to indict Letitia James again, Tish James. So, and also Jim Comey. So you might want to keep your eyes on that as well. Another interesting local news story: a man probably gonna get 5 years for shooting his neighbor's dog. Okay, he's shooting his neighbor's dog. So you can probably shoot somebody black and maybe get off free, but not a puppy. If you shoot a puppy, you in trouble. Okay, you in trouble. Now, if I was black folks, if I was a lawyer, if I was being crump somebody, I go down and argue. Yeah, dog. They killed my dog. They killed my dog. You know, a blues hound. That's my buddy. That's my dog. That's my dog. And maybe the jury would see a different way, but you know, that's just me. Okay. Fire. I want you to be also vigilant. It is Christmas time. Christmas is coming up right now. Very early here. Christmas is coming up. And you want to make sure that you're careful about your Christmas decoration and fire. There's been 3 fires already started since Christmas, so they got the fire department put on those red bulbs. So you actually make sure that you'll be concerned about that. All right. Also, you know, last night they had a contentious meeting at the City Hall about that Baptist Hospital and the New Orleans project and stuff like that. They put it on. They delayed it for right now, and you need to talk to your city councilman about it. And Councilman Wiggins has a lot of concerns about that. So they put it on hold. So you probably want to read about that. Okay, you may want to read about that, the details, because what is going to happen, it seems like it in most black neighborhoods, that they're going to take the old Baptist Hospital project and all the properties around it probably going to be gentrified. Okay, so if you're concerned about that, you make sure you show up at these meetings and so forth and voice your concern, because if not, they're probably going to gentrify it. Also, if they are going to do a lot of demolition there, make sure that since it's in our community, we should also benefit and profit from it. So make sure you get some jobs and contracts and so forth, helping to demolish that building. Okay, demolish the building. As you know, the Trump administration has put the axe on public broadcasting, and our public broadcasting television station here in Pensacola, WSRE-TV, is also affected by that. And even though the Pensacola State College, I believe, I don't know who owns what, about who owns the license and so forth about the television station and so forth, but there's a disagreement among the WSRE-TV Foundation and the Pensacola State College. So now the foundation, and I think it's having to do with the funding of it, but the bottom line is you read for your details, because WSRE-TV is now suing the Pensacola State College about that incident. If you were traveling on I-10 yesterday, you had probably had to wait a good little while because they had an accident which resulted to a fire. I think it was on the eastbound lane, but I'm not sure what the eastbound lane or the westbound lane, but it held up traffic for hours because there was a two-car accident where it looked like a car ran into the back of a truck, which burst into flames and closed the interstate down for a while. They're also on the lookout in downtown Pensacola for an attacker. A man attacked. There were two different attacks downtown on yesterday, so they're looking for that individual. So go to your news source and get the identity of the person, so that maybe you can perhaps help Pensacola find this find that man. Also, another Pensacola man is facing 20 counts of possession of child sexual materials that he was of minors. Boy, I just don't understand that. But anyway, he's facing. It looked like from the photo of it, he looked like one of us, black men. But then, and on the same token here, another Pensacola man, a white male. He has been sentenced already. The black guy, at least he's been indicted, but the white guy, he's been sentenced 5 years for what they call cyber stalking and sending offensive material to minors. Okay. Now on the national front, we got a Secretary of HUD in the Trump administration trying to blame the illegal immigrants for the running of the housing market. Now, I wish I had time to talk about that, but I don't. I don't have time. But you looked at them, why, what they're at. I told you, I believe some of these Trump administration policies are just batshit crazy. Okay, and I stand by that. I stand by that as well. The HCA Florida, we used to call Old West Florida Hospital, they're having a river cutting ceremony. They dedicating a new EMS lounge out there at the HCA Florida. And if you are a Blue Angel fan, which most of us are, hey, they just posted their 2025 schedule. Okay, they just posted their 2025 schedule, so you might want to look at that. All right, and see where they're gonna be this year. Okay, all right, that kind of wraps it up for a little bit of the headlines, and just what it is, just headlines. So I will encourage you to go get your news and get the story behind the story. I wish I had time to give you the story behind the story, but I just want to let you know what's going on in your city, in your community, in your state, and in your nation, so that you can get up, get your coffee, turn on the television after my show go off, and look at whatever you want to look at, but get the background of all the news. All right, I'll be right back after these important messages.
Navigating heart care can be challenging. Baptist makes it better with the latest treatments and innovations and the area's largest, most experienced heart team ready to create a care plan just for you. All when you need us most. Let Baptist make it better. Baptist Healthcare.
Hey, Escambia. Today, we're talking trash, specifically bulk waste.
Starting July 1st, 2023, bulk waste service will be called for pickup. You can schedule a pickup by calling the ECUA Customer Service Department anytime before 2 p.m. on the day prior to your normal pickup day. Bulk pickup is still included at no additional charge.
Check out ecua.fl.gov for more information.
Know what to throw, 850.
From affordable home equity lines and home loans to high-yield checking that pays 5.05% APY, Pen Air combines innovative banking with a commitment to our community. Pen Air Credit Union. Join us.
The Service Center at Pete Moore Chevrolet can maintain the life of your vehicle regardless of make or model. Our certified factory-trained technicians have the expertise for domestic and import vehicles. And the Pete Moore Advantage provides you complimentary services whenever you stop by. Our Collision Center accepts all insurance, provides lifetime warranties on all workmanship and paint, and offers a deductible reimbursement program. So when you need service or repair, let the Pete Moore Service and Collision Center work for you.
Hi, I'm Jessica Ford. I'm the owner of FD Builds. Energy efficiency is very important in today's market. With higher interest rates and rising costs, it's important that home buyers maintain their bottom line of affordability. The nice thing about natural gas and natural gas appliances is that it's more energy efficient than their electrical counterparts, and at the end of the day, the utility bills are lower. Our relationship with the Pensacola Energy team is phenomenal. From customer service to their field teams, it's just a seamless process. We love Pensacola Energy.
All right, good morning, y'all. I just want to say we had some technical issues over on the radio side. What we're doing is simulcasting. We're actually simulcasting this program on the radio, the new radio station, and also on the television station. So we gotta, and sometimes I have issues because I just tell everybody I'm like a one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest, okay? And sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. But anyway, I want to say good morning to everybody on the sound of my voice this morning, everybody around the world, and everybody checking in. I want to say, hello, Mr. Warren Spelling, how you doing this morning? And Miss Rhonda, Mackenzie, Randall, hey, Shika, how are you? Y'all tell everybody, y'all just need to tell everybody that we're on, that absolutely, that we're on, and I'll give you a shout out, just send me a shout out if you got birthdays that you want me to acknowledge, or if you got an anniversary you want me to acknowledge. If you got a divorce you celebrating, I ain't too ashamed, I ain't too proud. I'll tell everybody, I'll tell all the world about divorce. I don't have to do that because people just like me, they so damn nosy, they're gonna know about that. Ain't one thing about this, we have death. I mean, when come time to death and divorces, people they'll look that up. They'll look that up. Also, we also would make death notices as well. We'll let you know who has transitioned if and when we know it. For an example, on yesterday, everybody knows Robert Laster. Well, very few people know. Let me correct myself. Very few people know Robert Laster. Okay, very few people know him, but he is better known as DJ Starchild. Okay, DJ Starchild. And so Starchild was put away very nicely on yesterday. His services was held at the New Birth Baptist Church. It's a missionary Baptist church over on was over on Q Street, where the Reverend Peacock is the pastor there, and been the pastor for years. And let me tell you a little story about New Birth Baptist Church, okay? And I want to get them back on. Reverend Peacock, you make sure you send me your program. I'm not going to even charge them anything for their programming, okay? He was the very first church 30 some years ago, 1992 time frame, when we came on the air at WBQP TV 30 years ago. Reverend Peacock was the very first church that we had on the air, okay? And the next church we had was Zion Hope. That's a whole story. You got to read my book about that story. So we had Zion Hope on also as another one of the first churches we had on, and but I had issue with Zion Hope, y'all. Your Zion Hope members might get upset, but the truth is the truth. So. And when I first came on, I did a lot of stuff, for free, just ordered to get goodwill, because we wasn't on cable at that time. And so when we gained cable access, then I wanted the folks to help start paying to offset that cable cost, because at that time, back in 1992, I had, in order for me to be on the cable system, they wouldn't put me on like they put the regular TVs on, because they wasn't obligated to do it on the full power stations, channel, the big station. The law requires them to put them on cable system, but the little stations like me, they didn't require it. So the cable system wouldn't put us on. So in order to be on the cable system, we had to lease I have to lease a channel, and I was paying $10,000 a month to lease a channel on cable. But that's a whole different story. Y'all know that story. You got to read my book about it, and we got a lot of history here. But anyway, when we decided that we're going to get on cable, I wanted the churches then, kick in a little bit of money. So, but that time after they got their recognitions on television, and they thought that television was a good thing, then we wasn't good enough for them then, because they wanted to do bigger and better things. Well, WBQP, you only reach Pensacola, so we want to reach Mobile, we want to reach the world, we want to reach this, so we're going to go to a bigger TV station. That's what happened to the bigger churches when I tried to solicit bigger churches. They wanted to go to the bigger audience, realizing that nobody traveling from Mobile or Fort Walton Beach, Canada, to come and go to your church. Your church is right here in Pensacola. But anyway, needed to hear that. You read my book about that story. But I kind of took you to Abilene, let you know about the first churches. Zion Hope. Well, New Birth Baptist was the very first church I had on the air, and then Zion Hope was the very next church. But having said all of that, Reverend Wayne Peacock, okay, he was a small church where and I just using this as an example. Zion Hope was a big church. Then they went on and gave their money to the bigger broadcasters, where New Birth stuck with me throughout the whole time. Okay, they stuck with me for years and years and years. Okay, and so my hats off to New Birth. And New Birth, you're welcome to come back on anytime you want to, gratis. Okay, anytime. And now I got off that subject to get back onto the subject of Star Child. Okay, Star Child, we Star Child services was held yesterday at the New Birth Missionary Baptist Church. He was put away real nice. That's my friend Star Child, and they had I think the interment was at Rest Haven, and then they went on to, I believe, was 850 Event Club for the repast. Okay, yeah, for the repast. I just wanna play that. I want to play this tribute again for Star Child. Okay, and this was done by Miss Debbie Lewis. Debbie, I've been knowing Debbie for a long time too, and she did a tribute to Star Child. And so this is the only time I'm going to mention Star Child since we going on. If you missed the funeral, we did cover it live on channel 12.8 yesterday. We covered the funeral live on 12.8, and also we live streamed it on YouTube and Facebook. So if you missed the funeral, just go to the WBQP or the Praise TV Facebook page or YouTube page, and perhaps you can pick it up there as well. We will not be from the request from the family, we will not be rebroadcasting on television. But if you wanted to see it, go to you go to Facebook or go to YouTube. All right, I want to play this tribute again to my friend, in loving memory of my friend DJ Star Child.
DJ Star Child is his name, a light that never fades. He touched our lives with every beat, every song he played. Now heaven's got an angel spinning records in the sky, but down here in our hearts, your spirit will never die. You may be resting up in heaven, but you're living in our memories still. Yeah, we're gonna miss you so very much, more than any words can ever feel. Yeah. Tears may fall, but we won't say goodbye. Ooh. Only hold on, my friend. Yeah. DJ Star Child, shine your light until we see you again. We'll hear you laugh in the quiet, your voice in the wind, and every time that beat drops, it's like you're here again. You gave love, you gave joy, you gave us your whole heart. Even though you're gone from sight, we'll never be apart. You may be resting up in heaven, but you're living in our memories still. We're gonna miss you so very much, more than any words can ever feel. Tears may fall, but we won't say goodbye. Only hold on, my friend. Yeah. DJ Star Child, shine your light until we see you again. Your music stays, your legacy plays, your legacy plays in every soul you touch, every soul you touch. We'll carry you in everything we do, 'cause you meant that much, 'cause you meant that much. Yeah.
right, rest in peace, my brother, Star Child. I just want to let you know that, and I did that because this is what this show is all about. This is the community show. We're going to talk about what's going on in our community, whether we have people that pass on, transitioning. If you got somebody that you want to pass on to the community that they passed on, just let us know here. We'll do, like I said, I'll do death notices as well. If prominent people that passed on. You don't have to do like my grandmama used to do. You know, if my grandmama, and she would tell me all the time, bless her heart. She used to go down to the funeral home. She'd go down to the funeral home every week, y'all, to see who died. You know people like that? They used to go down to the funeral home whether you know them or not, or either they showed up at everybody's funeral. So whether they knew them or not, they just wanted to know who it was who died and so forth. And that's how that's how she knew who was dead in the community. Oh my God! I went down there, and Mr. John, I saw Mr. John down there. You know, he had passed on. He had passed on, and I want to tell my grandmama sometimes. And I wonder what caused his death. You know, that kind of thing. So, and I said, Grandmama, don't be like this heathenist lady that I know. She didn't go to church very often, and I was trying to convince her, y'all. I was trying to convince her that, you know, she might want to change her ways and go to church, and so. And I said, Sister, don't you know that Jesus died for us? And she looks at me and she said, Blueshound, I didn't know the poor man was sick. I said, you need Jesus. You need to go to church, girl. You need to go to church. But anyway, I want to say good morning to LaTanya Edwards this morning. Hey, LaTanya, how are you doing this morning? All right, I'm going to shout you out now. If you shout me, I'm going to shout you out. Y'all, if you get on Facebook, what I want you to do when you get on Facebook, I need you to share and comment and like and follow us on Facebook, okay? Social media is important. If you are on YouTube, okay, if you're on YouTube, I need you to also subscribe, okay? Please subscribe on YouTube, if you will. Please subscribe on YouTube, and because those analytics are very important, y'all. They're very important to what we can do on social media to spread the word. But in order to get the word out about who and what and where and what we're doing here, social media is a very powerful source of information. Now, I do want to caution you about social media as well, because social media, even although it is very, very powerful, but I can tell you right now, it is also very, very inaccurate. Whenever you get your news from social media, if you get your news from social media, you need to fact check it with more than just the source on social media, because with today's environment, with a lot of, as Trump was all the fake news, he's the one that created fake news. But anyway, fact check it before you pass it on, because a lot of stuff out there, conspiracy theories and stuff like that, is an issue for you if you pass it on as fact. Sometimes it's not very accurate, and sometimes it is very accurate, but you sometimes have to check it. You have to fact check what you're saying. I mean, what information that you're passing on. You know, when I was talking about Reverend DJ, Reverend, so I got the Reverend on my brain. I wonder why is that. But in honor of Robert Hill, you know, Robert Hill, the one that started this legacy, and everybody know Hill. Mr. Hill been in this town for 30 years, and he finally decided that he wanted to retire, so he sold the station, put the station up for sale, and he sold it to another owner. But that owner, is going his own way. He kept some of the things that Hill was doing, and some of the things that he did not keep. I think that they're more prevalent to this community, and that is the reason that I'm here today. As the reason that WBQP here today, trying to keep that. I'm trying to keep that legacy going, Mr. Hill legacy going. Okay, and Hill's such a special person, and I mean that in a loving way. I don't mean special as special now. Don't come out and say, oh, Hill. But anyhow, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody asked me, well, why didn't I know he retired? He's kind of private. He doesn't like a lot of fanfare. He's been that way all his life, whether you like it or not. That's just who he is. And once Maya Angelou said, once a person show you who they are the first time, believe him. And that's what he is. He's a very outgoing and very charismatic person. But when it comes to accolades and stuff like trying praises on him, he doesn't do well in that department. Okay, he doesn't do well in that department. So, having said that, they didn't give him, Pensacola did not give him a fanfare send-off because he did not want that. And what we did do, we had to sneak one in on him. We had to sneak one in on him, but it was a limited. Robin Richard and Sister Tisdale and a lot of these folks that cared about him, myself, and we've tricked him into a little gathering down at Five Sisters a couple of months ago. He didn't know what's going on. He thought he was doing somebody else a favor. And so we got a chance to say a little farewell to him then, but he didn't like it. He got on my butt about that. He said, Vern, you should have told me. I said, Hill, if I'd have told you, you wouldn't have showed up. Okay, you wouldn't have showed up because he doesn't like to take compliments. Now, he would give you the shirt off his back. Okay, he would do anything for anybody. Okay, but he don't like people doing things for him. And why, I don't know. And I learned not to even question that because I found out that just who he is. And once I understood who he was, I accepted. Okay, I just accept him for who he is. But one of the things we were talking about the tribute to Star Child, a lady that he has been known for a long time, also done a tribute to Hill. And she knew that Hill was always the old blues. He loved blues and everything. And so she hated to lose Hill, and without saying some appropriate way. So she wrote a song. I guess easy to write song now. I think this was created by AI. And most stuff nowadays, you can't tell all it apart, but these are AI stuff. But I thought it was an appropriate song that she did for Hill, and I called it the song in honor of Robert Hill. I think I called it the Ode to Robert Hill Blues, the Ode to Robert Hill Blues. And I'm going to play that song that she sent in honor of. Hey Meryl, how you doing this morning? For Robert Hill. I'm going to play this tribute to our friend Robert Hill, and I'll talk a little bit about him when we come back on the other side, okay?
Woke up this morning sun peeking through the blind. Yeah, I woke up this morning, sun peeking through the blind. Robert Hill hanging up the headphones after 50 years of time. He been spinning them records that made our hearts stand still. Yeah, spinning them soul tracks with a voice that gave us chills. Now he's trading in that studio for a pen, the blues he feels. From the West Indies to the Delta, he knows where the roots run deep. From the West Indies to the Delta, he knows where the spirits speak. Now he's riding down that journey so the world won't fall asleep. Play gospel in the morning, talk truth in the afternoon. Play gospel in the morning, talk truth in the heat of June. 40 voices every week, speaking true to every tune. Presidents came to find him, sat down where the people trust. Oh, the presidents came to find him, 'cause his airways were just. Not loud, not flashy, just real and honest and just. So thank you, Mr. Hill. You gave this town a song. Yes, thank you, Robert Hill. You kept the soul strong. Now the mic may be silent, but your blues play on and on. Pensacola knows, America knows, the blues knows, this ain't goodbye. This is just the last broadcast from the man who never needed a spotlight to shine.
How you like that, y'all? I tell you, that is a tribute to Robert Hill. They say that that piece was created by AI, and I guess I guess they you can, nowadays I guess you can write your words to your songs, right? Write your words to your song, and AI would do the rest. But I think they missed the mark on that was a great song, it was a great tribute. But if I know, I don't know AI that well, but if I had to did the AI, I would say instead of that blues song, I would have said I would have put it in the form of BB King's that the BB King, the thrill is gone. I would have used that and said, AI, make me a song in the same fashion of BB King, thrill is gone, but change it to say the hill is gone. Instead of the thrill. The heel is gone. Get it? All right, that's me. That's what I would have done. But Hill has officially retired, and he tell everybody that he's going to go to Colorado and go in the mountain and live like a hermit in the mountain. He talks about that all the time. He said he's going to go in and he's going to write a book. Gonna write a book. Good morning, Mr. Gene Church. How you doing? That's my man, Gene Church. Hi, Gene. But anyway, he said he's gonna write a book and go to Colorado and just gonna do like the Hummers do and give him a log cabin. He said he want to live out on the grid and he don't want no electricity. He just want to live by the fire and candlelights. But he talks that north. He's not serious about that. But what he is going to do, he consistently spoke of this. He consistently says that, and he already started. He's gonna write a couple of books. Number one, he's gonna write a book on the blues. Now, he is very well versed in the blues. I've met many people in my life, but I have met none more knowledgeable than the blues than Robert Hill. I've learned hanging out with him for all of these years. I learned so much about the blues and where he gets his corporate knowledge of blues. I don't know. He's been in this radio business for 50, as we would say in our community, 50-some years. Okay, 50 years he's been in this radio business, and he probably grew up on blues, so he's well versed in. So he said, I want to take some time, do a lot of research. I want to go all the blues trails and going to Mississippi and going to Clarksdale, and I'm going to different places, and I'm going to write a book about the blues. That's the number one book he says he's going to write about. And the second book, and I don't know if he's going to do these concurrently or which come first, instead of the chicken or the egg. I don't know which going to come first. It's going to be the blues book or the book on HCBUs, okay, historical black colleges. Okay, historical black college. You're going to write about all of the historical black colleges around the country. And speaking of that, that just had a shooting at the Kentucky State University in Louisville this week. I didn't realize that was a black college. Now, whether or not it's a historical black college, and I don't know what all black colleges falls under the title of historical black college, but the historical black colleges that we know about, like Clark University and Bethune-Cookman, Florida A&M, Alabama A&M, Southern University. Many of them are traditional, what we hear a lot about. But there's some that you don't hear about, like the one in Enna Bena, Mississippi, and all across the country, even like Kentucky State University. I did not know it was classified as an HBCU, but Hill is going to write a book about it, and he's going to travel. That was his intent, to travel around the country and do his research on HCBUs. Okay, and so therefore that's what the life and times of Robert Hill is planning, or that's what he is planning to do. Some folks that when they retire, they're gonna travel around the world. His travels, he says, is going to be work travel, so he can do his research to write write his book. Speaking of that, I told you several segments. we're going to talk about, I got a Black History segment I'm going to get to here in just a few minutes. We're going to talk about, also, I'm going to have to take a commercial break. When I come back from the commercial break, y'all, I want to talk about some of the community news, some of the things that are going on in your community that I didn't get a chance to talk about already. So stay tuned. Tell everybody that Vernon is on this morning. If you want to know what's going on in your community, indeed to stay tuned to WBQP TV or WBQP internet radio station. So I'll be right back.
Sonia Bay's Botanicals is a local wellness boutique that specializes in infused fruit juices, medicinal herbal tea remedies, clean hair and body care, and herbal infused sea moss gels, which can be purchased 1 for $25 or 2 for $40. This sea moss contains 92 of the body's 102 essential minerals used to increase energy, relieve pain and inflammation, and improve blood pressure and more. From parasite cleanse to detox and weight loss to blood sugar control, Sonia Bay's Botanicals has a natural solution for you.
You are invited to the 37th anniversary of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Parade, Monday, January the 19th, 11 o'clock a.m. in downtown Pensacola. This year's powerful theme is, with unity, we won't turn back. Register your group today. Entries are placed by the date your application is received, so don't wait. For registration forms, email the mlking2020@gmail.com or call 850-378-9242. Join us as we honor the life, the legacy, and the dream of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Prediction, the 11th. It's time for the annual Gospel Soul Bowl. Gospel Soul Bowl. Saturday, January 3rd, 2026. Live at the Greater True Vine Baptist Church, 130 North Pace Boulevard in Pensacola, Florida, where Isaac Williams is pastor. The 11th year of the Gospel Soul Bowl. And it's going to be live. Performing live, it's Pastor James McGee of the Humble Spirit. Dion Bell and the Brothers. It's the Pastor Singer. Memphis, Tennessee's on the Brown Floor. The Wings of Faith, Divine Harmony, Saturday, January 3rd. The doors open at 3:30 p.m. The concert starts at 4:30 p.m. Greater True Vine Baptist Church in Pensacola. The scripture will be given to you by Minister Hubert Tillman. A prayer brought to you by Minister Michael D. Get ready for a solo by Michael Jackson. Your MC, Eddie Snell III. Hosted by the Spiritual Persuader. Get those tickets now. Advance ticket donation $30, $35 the day of the show. Get them at Goodfellas Barbershop, the original King's Barbershop. Reason Go Food Vendor. Saturday, January 3rd, 2026. The Gospel Soul Bowl. For more information, contact Eddie Snell at 850-525-7188.
Need a new outfit for a special occasion? Look no further than Viola's Men's Apparel. Viola's has been providing the latest styles and accessories in Pensacola for over 20 years now. We have clothes for every occasion, and we offer consultations and group discounts. You can trust that our care, quality, and class will be unmatched. Viola's Men's Apparel, for all of your men-wear needs.
Stash your money somewhere smarter. With 5.05% APY, Pen Air's high-yield checking puts your money to work and earning big. Pen Air Credit Union. Join us.
Need a new outfit for a special occasion?
All right. I messed that up. I'll tell you the truth, y'all. That was the end of that commercial set, and I'm here daydreaming. Good morning, y'all. You Vernon, get your coffee. It's the weekend. Yeah, coffee with Vernon this morning. Yeah, y'all. Yes, sir. I wanted to talk about some of the things like that going on in your community. We just talked about the Gospel Soul Fest that's coming up in January. Gospel Soul Fest that's coming up in January. If you hadn't had an opportunity to get to the Soul Fest, getting your tickets yet to the Soul Fest, they're only $30. see, just get Eddie Snail Productions, okay? Eddie Snail Productions at 850-525-7188. This is an annual fair. In fact, this is their 10th year. Is their 10th year anniversary, okay? The 10th year anniversary. So you want to support them. If you got children under 12, they are free. They got a great lineup, y'all. They got the Spiritual Persuaders on. They got the Fleshman Singers of Cleveland, Ohio. The Bester Singers of Slidell, Louisiana, where the old blues man is from. The Browns 4 of Memphis, Tennessee. They got a star-studded program, y'all. Pastor James McGee and the Spirituals and the Humble Spiritual, the Hunts. I think there's Thomasville. They live in they're from Thomasville, Alabama. Ruth Black and the Hominettes of Alexander City, Alabama. So they got a star-studded program for you. The Gospel Soul Bowl gonna be at the First Baptist Church. Yeah, the First Baptist Church of Warrenton, where the great Dr. James Miller's pastor there, y'all, located at 105 Gulf Beach Highway. And you tell them you heard it right here on Vernon in the Mornings, okay? Get your tickets right now. They're available at the barbershop here, the Goodfellows Barbershop. They're available at, they're also available at the King's Barbershop. They're available at the Grease and Go food vendors, or just give them a call. Just give them a call at 850-525-7188. All right. Speaking of January 2026, we got the MLK Parade. Okay, the MLK Parade is coming up. It's our 37th parade. 37th parade, and of course you are invited. And be downtown Pensacola, and now is the time to register for the parade. We got a hotline. For the parade, or you can just call, or you can go to the website, the MLKking.com, I think, website, and sign up on the website, or you can just give them a call at 850-378-9242. Okay, Mike Keenan or anybody there at the hotline will sign you up. If you want to send your request forms, you got a request form, you can send it. Just send it to the MLK 2020 at gmail.com. The MLKing 2020 at gmail.com. That's the email address. But we're going to be celebrating 37 years. This year's theme is with unity, we won't turn back. Okay? With unity, we won't turn back. And also our Grand Marshal this year of the MLK Parade is going to be Commissioner Lumen May. Okay, Commissioner Lumen May is going to be the Grand Marshal for this year. Also, while I'm on that note, get signed up now. We got vendors. If you want to be a vendor in there, just give them a call. Same number, give them a call and sign up as a vendor. I was going to have Reverend Don. He was going to come on, and I forgot to call him, but maybe I can call him before at the end of the show that they bring him on to talk about if you want to be a vendor. If you got a food truck or whatever, it's only $100, cost $100. The parade is only $150 for X number of entries, and $50 for entries after that. So I don't know all the details of that. You make sure you give them a call at 850-378-9242. What I call the parade, what I call the parade hotline, if you will. Give them a call there, and they will definitely give you the information about the parade. Okay, definitely give you the information about the parade. Now, the parade, having said all of that, the parade is going to probably take a little different detour route this year. Everything gonna be the same until you go up Palafox, come back down Palafox. We usually go through down Palafox down through town. But since they're going to reimagine Palafox, much of that section going to be closed. So when you get back around, when the parade gets back around and come back down I guess it's the Palafox, you can go back down. We're going to make a slight left turn and then a right turn, which I think is going down Jefferson. Okay, but look at it. Just give them a call and just look at the parade route. I don't guess that's important. Also, get in the parade, and one thing I want you to keep in mind, that in this parade, it's just like the Veterans Day parade. we like to have a lot of folks in it, and but we wanted to make sure it's dignified. Okay, we just don't want to get in and everybody. And my compliments to the folks for the last several parades was incident free. Okay, sometimes we get together and we don't know how to act. Okay, but I have to tell you, on the last several parades, we went without any incident, and that's what we plan to do this time. Okay, have an incident-free parade. You know, last year we had to make a major detour on the parade because at the very last minute we had to cancel the parade due to impending inclement weather, and so we had to reschedule the parade. And unfortunately, we had to reschedule the parade to the summertime, and we chose Juneteenth Day. And the reason we chose Juneteenth Day is because that was the only available holiday that was available during that time frame that we can have a parade, so that people can be off. We can have the high school bands and so forth. So a lot of reasons why we decided to do it that way. But I tell you, as being the experience that I do, we should never have it again. If you was out there on Juneteenth Day last year, how hot it was and so forth. So not an ideal time for a parade. So I guess we learned our lesson from that. Okay, but that was just an anomaly anyway. So I would much rather have the cold weather. And we always complain about weather. Whether it's good weather, we complain about it. Bad weather, we complain about it. But I prefer to have our parades in much cooler weather. It's just like going to the fair. Can you imagine going to the fair in 90 degrees weather? No. It's always be a good chilly fair weather. Same thing with the MLK parade. It's going to be good fair MLK cool MLK weather, and that's what we expect again this year. So go ahead and get registered now for the parade. Give them a call at 850-378-9242 to register for the parade. And if you're a vendor, if you want to make sure that you are get registered so that you can make a lot of money down at the parade. Okay, down at the parade. Also, with the parade, it is a golden opportunity for people that's if you got a new business or new organization, get in the parade, because that little $150 you pay for parade, that is the best advertising dollar that you ever gonna spend. Number one, because you got all the eyes that's downtown looking at the parade will see you. Okay, and the parade is going to be broadcast live on WBQP TV and Blab TV. We're going to be broadcast live. And not only that, it's going to be replayed throughout the whole month of January into February, into Black History Month. Many times over, on both television stations, both WBQP TV and Blab TV. So it is going to be the best $150 that you ever is going to spend. Okay, that's if you always should put that into your advertising budget. Okay, it's advertising budget. Okay, so make sure you do that. It's money well spent. Okay, now that I talked about the MLK parade, I need to talk about the Pensacola MLK parade. I also need to speak about two other parades that day is going to be happening. We're going to have the Milton Parade. Milton Parade is going to start at 9 a.m. Downtown Milton. I think it's on Stewart Street. They're going down Stewart Street. And then at around 12 p.m., they have their annual MLK block party as well. They have an MLK block party in Milton. Okay. Then at 3 p.m. up in the Cantonment area, we are having the Cantonment MLK parade. I think that starts at 4 p.m. I think it usually starts around 4 p.m. And that parade has been going on for more than 20 years. And if you haven't been to the MLK parade in Cantonment, you got plenty of time to leave the Pensacola parade and enter into the parade at Cantonment. So it's a fun parade. I have to tell you, if you hadn't been to the Cantonment parade, it is much more high energy. Our parade is good. Pensacola parade is great. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want you to get me wrong. It's a great parade, but the MLK parade in Cantonment I can best classify it as just a great, fun parade to be in Cantonment. So you might want to do all three parades. Okay, you got enough time to do all three parades. You can go over to Santa Rosa County at 9 and check out. Their parade is only about 30 minutes, so it's not a long parade. And you got time to come back. If you're a spectator, if you're an entry in the parade, I don't think you have time to do all of those. You might have time to go and participate in the Milton parade, okay? Because like I say, they'll wrap up their parade about 9:30 or 9:40 or something like that. So you have time to come back to Pensacola and get into the lineup for the Pensacola parade and do your thing. Or whether you're a participant or a spectator, it really doesn't matter. I don't care, but I think you got enough time to do it. Just make a whole day of it, okay? And start with Milton at 9 o'clock. Go to Pensacola parade at 11 o'clock, and then go to the Cantonment parade, which is at 4 o'clock. So you make a whole day of it, okay? Now, I'm just speaking of just one day, but we always have a whole weekend celebration of the MLK activity. MLK CCC is starting off the MLK weekend usually every Thursday night. I got to get the details on it, but I'm basing it on how we did it last year. Thursday night we have the youth program. It was held at the Greater Little Rock Baptist Church, and I'm assuming it will be again this year. The Greater Little Rock Church on Thursday night having the MLK youth program. So you certainly don't want to miss that. Okay, certainly don't want to miss that. And I believe on Friday night or Saturday night, I don't know which is which, but I got to get the details on it. But we're gonna have the Living the Dream event at the Brownsville Community Center. The Living the Dream program. That is certainly a program where they honor people, contributions, and so forth. You get with Reverend Newman May. His dad was a preacher, but he probably ended up being a preacher too. But Commissioner Newman May and the Rafferty Company, they all get together and do the Living the Dream event, which is a very great program. On Sunday, they would have the MLK Gospel program, okay, the MLK Gospel program, which starts around 3 o'clock, I believe, and it was also held at the Greater Little Rock Baptist Church. But let me back up. Let me back up to Saturday, because I missed one event on Saturday morning, okay, which we have been doing for the last 37 years, having the annual prayer breakfast, okay. The prayer breakfast, it traditionally was held at on Wright Street at United Methodist Church, but last year, and I believe again this year, it's going to be held at the Greater Little Rock's auditorium, sanctuary auditorium, not in the sanctuary, but in the auditorium or in the gym, whatever they call it. And that's where it was held last year, and I'm assuming it will be the same thing this year. So y'all correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Because I'm not always going to pass out accurate information. So you need to fact check me on some of the things. I can give you some, overall stuff. So when I love to be corrected if I'm passing out bad information. One of the habits I got, I'll be thinking one thing and I say something else. I might be thinking MLK and I'll be saying Black history. That's happened when you get old. Because when you get old, memory is always the second thing to go. My memory's so bad I can't even remember what was the first thing that went. Okay, but anyhow, help me out with my facts here, so we'll make sure that we're passing as much accurate information on that that we can pass on. Also, while we talking about the MLK weekend, we're just going to recap it for you so you don't forget it. Okay, recap it for you if you don't forget it. Starting on Thursday, I'm going to have a youth program on Thursday. Okay, on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. On Saturday morning, we'll have the prayer breakfast. That generally starts around 8 a.m. Saturday night, I believe, is going to is the Living the Dream program at the community at the Brownsville Community Center, and then on Sunday afternoon, okay, we will have the MLK religious program around 3 o'clock. At the usually was, like I said, I got to make sure my facts are accurate for this year, but last year it was at the Greater Little Rock Baptist Church. And on Monday morning, then we have the parade at 11 a.m. Okay, the Pensacola parade at 11 a.m. The Milton parade is 9 a.m. The Pensacola parade is 11 a.m. and the Cantonment parade is 4 p.m. Okay, 4 p.m. Okay. All right, now that leads me into more information about Black history. You know, Black history is coming up, okay, and with that said, I believe the Ella Jordan House is having a essay contest. Okay, it's an essay contest. I got to find it. I got to talk about sickle cell before I go anyway, but I'm looking for the essay contest that at the constituency Christmas. I had my essay contest somewhere. But anyway, the Ella Jordan House is having an essay contest on Black history and MLK and Black history as well. They're going to be giving out a $500 first prize winner. I think it's a $300 second prize winner, and then a $100 prize third part winner. So get a hold of anybody over at the Ella Jordan Museum. Okay, Ella Jordan Museum. I'm gonna have to. I got my information here somewhere or another. I got so much stuff here I have to report on, and I laid it somewhere. But the Ella Jordan Museum, you definitely want to do that for Black history. Okay. Well, I'm passing on information. Also, we're having, I believe, the constituency Christmas is planned by one of our politicians. Okay, Michelle Salzman's office, and they're going to have that. I believe is going to be at Bubba's. That's at 701 North Davis Highway, and that's going to be that was yesterday. Okay, I can forget that was yesterday. It was the 11th, so we can forget about that. Okay, I got to get my facts straight on that as well. All right, y'all. That pretty much sums up what we got going on in the community as far as the community news is concerned. Now, one of the things I did tell you that I want you to be aware of, okay, is to be aware of is Black history. Black history is coming up, and with the attacks on Black history, it's up to us now to educate ourselves. Just like it's no stranger for us before Black history was a part of some of the curriculums. We had to educate ourselves. We had to do like the African griots did. We had to send down the word by word of mouth, okay, and so forth. So it's up to us to educate our children and educate ourselves on Black history. So we don't want to lose that fact and that culture on us, okay? And so it's your job to do that. So I'm going to take a commercial break, but when I come back, I'm going to give you, as I do it, I want to do every day, is give you a Black history, some Black history facts. We'll be right back.
Navigating healthcare is hard. Baptist makes it better. With convenient locations, easy scheduling, and skilled, compassionate doctors, all when you need us most. The next time you need care, let Baptist make it better. Baptist Healthcare.
Singing telegram! Happy, happy holiday cash scratch-offs. That looks like a great gift for everyone on my list, including me.
Oh, watch out! The Florida Lottery. It's good fun.
Are you searching for a great bank in Pensacola? Your search ends here with Bank of Pensacola. At Bank of Pensacola, we go beyond just being a bank. We prioritize exceptional customer service to meet all your banking needs. Whether you're interested in our checking or savings accounts, CDs, IRAs, or auto and home loans, or even credit cards, we have the perfect solutions for you. Visit us today for more information.
Are you looking to start your education or to change careers? Pensacola State College is the place for you. We offer bachelor's degrees, 2-year degrees, career certificates, and more, ranging from nursing to welding. Apply today, pensacolaState.edu.
Your surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Arthur Searcy in Pensacola today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
All right, welcome back to Vernon this morning. Get your coffee this morning. I want to send a shout out and good morning to Mrs. Ada Fields. Ada, how you doing? You know, Ada is want to send a shout out from Jazzy Red. Y'all, if you haven't heard the Jazzy Red show over in Mobile, that's my girl at the Jazzy Red show. But I want to send a hello and a shout out to the folks at Jazzy Red show over there in Mobile and all her viewers and all her TV viewers and tell her. And she told me, Ada told me to tell Miss Fanny Finkley hello. All right, Miss Fanny Finkley is listening. Miss Fanny Finkley is in charge of Pensacola Caring Heart, y'all. She's the one that gives away the free food. And everybody knows that. Everybody knows Miss, and she got a great food giveaway. She always having a great food giveaway all the time. Okay, all the time she having it. So if you want to know. If you're hungry, and in today's environments, that's not uncommon, and I'm not joking about that. I'm not making light of that, because with today's prices and things going up today, affordability issues, you make sure that you keep an eye on these food giveaways. A lot of places in town that do offer these food giveaways on each day of the week. For an example, Miss Fanny Finkley usually do her food giveaway either on a Friday or Saturday, so you need to get in contact with them to see what their schedule is. Doc Tisdale at the Epps Christian Center have a food giveaway that she has over every Tuesday. Now, I'm saying that, and I can say I want you to make sure you always fact check me, because with the current administration, with the cutbacks on the dollars and the SNAP funds and all that kind of stuff, that creating this need, but also there was cutback on subsidies and stuff like that people can use to give away this free food and stuff like that. So they used to be every Tuesday, but we'll get the facts and we'll report it back to you if you are looking for a hand up, not a handout, but a hand up to something that'll take you over until payday and so forth. Another segment of this show is we're going to be talking about jobs. Okay, we got a job segment on Mondays. We got the recruiter for ECUA talking about jobs. We got the Escambia County job information officer talking about jobs. We got a lot of sources that will let you know about jobs. We're going to be talking to Tom Alighty in after a while, and they got jobs even at the Escambia County Sheriff Office and so forth like that. So you keep your eyes on this show and this station to find out what you need to do to find out about jobs. This is purely a information station. Okay, so you can find out what's going on in your world. I talked earlier about Black history. Black history is coming up, and we have to preserve our Black history as well. So one of the things I'm doing on this show is that we're gonna give you Black history in 2 or 3 minutes every day, so that you can be aware of your Black history. Somebody said if you don't know your history, and I'm paraphrasing this, I'm not quoting this, but I'm paraphrasing this. If you don't know your history, you're gonna soon doomed to repeat it. And if it's bad history, you definitely don't want to repeat that. But anyway, we're gonna go to our Black History segment, and I'll be right back.
In the late 1600s, rival imperial powers, Spain and England, shared a border near what became South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. Any slave who escaped to Florida from the British colonies was granted their freedom. For the enslaved, Spanish Florida became the first promised land. In 1738, a small group of black people created their own town near St. Augustine. They called it Fort Mose, the first all-black settlement in what is now the United States.
Enslaved folk in South Carolina realized that if they reach Florida, that is not controlled by the English, perhaps they can seek refuge.
300 miles north of Fort Mose, near the Stono River just outside of Charleston, word of the free town to the south reached a group of slaves. This inspired one of the largest slave revolts in the history of the British colonies. One morning in 1739, a group of about 20 black men set out before dawn. As they traveled, they set fire to plantations. Nearly 100 slaves joined them for the journey. When word of the fugitives' rebellion spread, local militiamen were mobilized, and a brutal battle ensued. Many were killed in the clash, and black rebels who were later captured were tried and beheaded in an effort to instill fear. To discourage future rebellions, harsh new slave laws were imposed, including forbidding teaching slaves to read. Within a year, British colonial forces seized Florida from Spain, and Fort Mose was destroyed. But the Stono Rebellion wouldn't be the last time that enslaved black people in the British colonies risked everything to gain their freedom. The drive among black people to end their enslavement would never die.
All right, that's your Black history, okay, for today. And we're going to try to have this segment as much as possible if we can, okay? We call Black History segment, so you can understand what you're saying. Hopefully at 8:30 time frame, we're going to have the sheriff office coming in. I believe that we're going to be talking with Sheriff Leidig, I believe. I mean the Chief Deputy Leidig, I believe, when he comes on at 8:30, and we're hopefully gonna talking about what's the crime, what's going on in the Escambia County crime scene, and they got a new license plate law. I want to talk to him about, and hopefully we can talk about jobs and whatever else you want to talk about at the 8:30 time frame whenever he decides to come on board here. Okay. Alrighty. Couple of things I was going to talk to you about. One of the things as well, one of the mantras that I try to do here as well, y'all. I try to educate people and try to inspire them and try to motivate them and so forth. Okay. And one of the things that I would like to do is see if we can, trying to do a little bit of motivation, okay? A little bit of motivation, and see if we can get people a little bit of encouragement, if you will, and that's going to be one of the segments of our conversation going forward. Hopefully, we're going to have Mike Howard on. Hopefully we get Mike Howard, have him on every Monday. He used to come on every Monday with Heal in the morning, so he's planning to come back on as well. We're also going to be talking to Omar Neal and try to bring the Omar Neal show back to Pensacola, y'all. Try to bring the Omar Neal show back to Pensacola. So y'all just hang there with us. We got a lot of good things on the horizon, and that we would like to do. I want to play. I got one song, y'all. I want to play for you that and I thought was kind of cute, but it's relevant. It is absolutely cute and is absolutely relevant as well, about what my grandmama used to always talk to me about. She always tell me, boy, you just don't know who praying for you. This guy by the name of Andrew Dyke, he has this song, a couple songs I want to play for you from him, but this one I think is probably a little more relevant of a song. I'm going to play it, and we'll talk about him when we come back.
You ever wonder why you made it through? Wasn't your luck, wasn't your plan. Somebody been praying for you, man. I done ran these streets, broke some rules, played the fool, paid a few dues. Should've been gone a long time ago, but grace done found me, Lord, I know. Mama's tears hit that old wood floor. She said, Lord, keep my baby one day more. That's when I knew somebody been praying for me. Somebody been praying for me while I was blind but thought I could see. Every wrong turn that didn't take me down was a whisper from heaven turning me around. Ain't no doubt, no mystery, somebody been praying for me. Grandma's Bible, pages torn, carried me through nights I was warm. I done lied, I done cried, done things I couldn't justify, but every time I hit my knees, I felt their prayers float on the breeze. I swear I see somebody been praying for me. Ain't no luck in my survival. It's them hands holding a revival. You can't out that kind of love. They follow you like a dove. Somebody been praying for me through every fall, through misery. And when I cross that Jordan Sea, I'ma thank the ones who carried me. The faith done set me free. Somebody been praying for me. So if you're still here, still breathing free, don't think it's luck. Nah, somebody somewhere been praying for you, just like they prayed for me.
Wow, somebody been praying for you, okay? Yeah, always remember that, y'all. Somebody is praying for you. Don't think that you standing on your own shoulders because you may and you probably not. I had to play that song for you because when I heard that song, it's reminded me so much of my grandmother, okay? And she always just say that. One of the things I had talked about the MLK parade. I got, and speaking of also people praying for you, I got Reverend Donald Harris. He is the chairman of the MLK parade vendors. Reverend Harris, you with me this morning? Good morning.
Yeah, I'm with you. Good morning, Vernon.
How you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am well. I just want to see if you can talk a little bit about the MLK vendors, since you're in charge of the vendors program, and to get vendors down at the MLK parade. Can you talk about that for a minute?
Yeah.
But me. But okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Vernon.
Okay.
Yeah, over the past several years, I've been in charge of the vendors coming to the MLK parade. And this year, the reason I'm on this morning is to encourage the vendors to come out and to participate in the MLK parade program. They can come out and they can call me and check in with me, Reverend Harris, Donald Harris, and I'll give my number in a minute. But things are moving kind of slowly this year as far as vendors are concerned. And the reason I'm on this morning is trying to get people to come on out, bring their goods out, bring their food trucks or whatever they have. Come on out, participate. There'll be a lot of people coming out for the MLK parade, always is. And vendors will have an opportunity to, showcase their goods, their food, or whatever it is they want to display. And let's just have a great time at the MLK parade coming January 19, 2026.
Okay. Well, now give them a number so they how they can contact you and everything to get to be a part of the vendors.
Okay, so my phone number is 850-501-5737. My email address is dr, that's Delta Romeo, Dr. Harris, Harris, the number 1 at bellsouth.net.
Okay.
And so I'll be looking forward to people calling me or emailing me or whatever the case may be, or texting me about their desire to come and join in. And I'll give them all of the particulars. This year, our entry fee for vendors is $100. For the previous years, it was $50 to join. For 2026, it's going to be $100. You know, everything has increased. We have tremendous responsibility as relates to putting on this parade. And so we had to increase the registration fee. But $100 is not a lot of money, Vernon. You know that.
Yeah.
And compared to the amount of money potentially that you may make as a vendor coming out to the parade.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be on this morning, and I'm hoping that we'll get some response and we can take care of the vendors for the upcoming MLK parade.
Don, since you are part of the MLK committee, along with Mike Keenan and Rose James, and many of us are part of the committee, and you're talking about the increase, and I know with the issue about affordability and stuff like that. But I want folks to understand that it costs money. It costs a lot of money to put on the parade. And folks don't realize how much money it costs. It costs tens of thousands of dollars to put on that parade. Okay? And so some folks are under the impression that, I don't know what they think the money coming. I thought they think that the government just gave us money to do the parade, or the city give us. Everything that we do for the parade has to be paid for. We have to purchase license from the city. We have to purchase license from the state to use the road. We have to buy porta potty. You know, and I want to give you a good example of what the cost is, okay? The cost just for the potty porters, what they call them, porta potties alone.
Porta potties.
Yeah, that's a $4,000 cost right there, just to have porta potties out there. And the city has also increased their costs. We have to have insurance, okay? It goes on and on and on. We have to have golf carts. We have to have security. We have to pay the sheriff. We have to pay for the ambulance to stand by, and not just one. It's just based on the number of anticipated people. So you may have to have them standing by, 2 or 3 ambulances standing by. We have to have the fire department standing by. A cost is associated with all of that. And so I just want the public to know that this is not free. We just make enough money. We just make enough money to put on the parade. It used to be a day and a time when we had a lot of participation in the parade. And we had a little bit of excess money that we could contribute to scholarships. But due to the fact that the participation has decreased over the years, we are only just making enough money to pay the parade. And let the truth to be known, and so in my hats off to Mike Keenan, some years we had a shortfall. And he just went in his pocket and paid the shortfall, and never mentioned it. Okay? And kudos to him for doing that, but he shouldn't have to do that. Okay, so folks, we want you to go ahead and register for the parade. Register early, because the funds that you pay for your registration are the same funds that you need to pay for the expenses. Did I leave anything out, Rum?
No, Vernon, I just echo everything that you said. Everything you said is absolutely the truth. As being a part of the committee and attending all the parade meetings, we discuss all those things that you mentioned. They're absolutely the truth. And but we still want people to come on out and be a part and support. It's not necessarily about the money, though it is about the money. It is about us coming together as a people and supporting a parade that's about us.
Yeah.
And having the people come out, especially the vendors, come on out and show what you have and participate in the parade, so we can just all have a good time on that particular day.
Yeah, and it certainly is a worthy cause. I want folks to know this is our 37th consecutive parade, and we want to continue this parade going forth. Reverend Harris?
Yeah, okay, Vernon. Thank you. I will continue to call previous vendors I'll be on the phone calling them and see if I can get them to come on out again this year and participate in the parade.
Okay, so I'm going to put the almond on you to make sure you check in with us at least once, but 2 or 3 times a week on this show to remind the vendors to sign up. Okay, so sometimes they sometimes they forget, and we need to be reminded. So I want you to make sure that you come on and remind folks to register for the parade. Okay.
Okay, Vernon.
All right. Thank you so much.
Have a great rest of your day.
All right. All right, y'all. That is Reverend Donald Harris, y'all. He's a member of the MLK committee, and he's in charge of the vendors. And the vendors' fees this year has increased. We had to increase it because of the increase in the cost of the parade. And I don't think, you better fact check me on this, but I don't think that the entry fee has increased. Maybe I should have asked him that, but I don't think it did. But the entrance fee is $150 for the incoming parade, and that gives you so many vehicles or whatever you're using, or floats or whatever you're using. Then in excess of that is going to be an additional $50 in excess of whatever that $150 get you. Okay. Mike Keenan, let me see. He always let me check my text for Mike Keenan. He always send me information because he be listening to the show, but he won't come on at all. I don't know what he's so shy about, but he won't come on. No, he did send me information again. He just told me that he want folks to register now for the parade, 37 parade. Said on January the 19th. Said please call 850-378-9242. And also he said to remind the folks that Lumen May is also going to be the Grand Marshal on the parade. I just wanted to see. I don't think there's any increase in the cost, but the cost is only $150 to get into the parade for the entrance fees of the parade itself. So you definitely don't want to not be in the parade. And as a matter of fact, while I'm on this subject of the parade, y'all, make sure that the sooner you sign up, the sooner you can be ahead of the line, if you will. If you're gonna be a first come first serve type of situation. If you want to be there behind the line, you need to sign up early because you're going to be assigned based on how you sign in. Okay, how you sign in on there. All right, and so you make sure that you sign in early, and for many different reasons. Okay, for many different reasons you sign in because we need, number one, we need the money, and number two, to get you first priority in line. And number three, while I'm on the subject, if you're going to be doing some performances at the parade, we are going to be broadcasting parade live on WBQP TV as well as Blab TV, and we usually set up at Blab TV right across from the Singer Theater. Okay, but this year Palafox is going to be closed. They're going to take an alternate route. Our grandstand is going to be set up right near the plaza there. Okay, so you make sure you look for the television cameras and make sure you save your best performances for last. Okay, make sure you save your best performances for last for the cameras, and you look for us. And make sure that you face the cameras. We had situations sometimes that they had great performances, but they had the back turned to the camera. You find the cameras and you make sure that you look at the cameras so you can get your performance on live and do your best act there. Okay, do your best act there. So therefore, all right. I got I believe the Escambia County Sheriff Department. I don't see Tommy, but Tommy, are you? Yeah, I see him right now. I see him this morning. And I'm gonna say good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, man. It's good to see you.
Very good. Good seeing you. Good seeing you. Tommy Lighted, y'all know, is the chief deputy of the Escambia County Sheriff's Department, and he's sitting in this morning for his boss, Sheriff Chip Simmons, this morning. Tommy, how things going in Escambia County?
Excellent. We are busy, as you can imagine. You mentioned Sheriff Simmons, the hardest working man in all of Escambia County, not just law enforcement. He's busy this morning, so I got the nod and pulling me off the bench to sit in for him. So we are, we're busy. Just the day-to-day operations, but the holiday season adds, the additional wonderful stuff that we get to do out in the community. I've heard you talking about the parade.
Yeah.
My favorite parade of the year, probably one of the biggest parades in the city as far as attendance.
Yeah.
It is very well attended, and it's a lot of fun.
That's true.
So we'll be out there with that tomorrow. Tonight we have, there's a Century Parade up in Century, of course, and then we have a movie night. It starts at 5:30. It's The Grinch. We play The Grinch movie. The kids love it. And that's up in Century. I want to say it's Movie in the Park, Anthony Pleasant Park. We do that up there every year for them. And that's well attended as well. It's an opportunity for, you think about how big, just how huge Escambia County is, from Pensacola Beach up to the state line. And it's a drive for our residents up in Century to come downtown. So it's nice to be able to take our what we have to offer up to that community.
Now you have a satellite office up there, right?
We do, yes, sir. We have a number of satellite offices. One of them in Century. As you can imagine, Sheriff Simmons and I were out at lunch, and we heard a hot call go out up in Century. And if we're out, we're gonna back our deputies up. We'll show up. So I got out my map and looked at it, and we were almost just like 29 minutes away from the call. That's how far Century is. So you have to have satellite offices up there where, resident in Century, if they want to report a crime or if they have something, they can go to a precinct up there. They have the same abilities up there. And then you have, deputies that can go and write reports and work out of a satellite office. It would be woefully inefficient if they had to all work out of our main building. So Pensacola Beach, Perdido Key, Warrington, and then all the way up in Century and Walnut Hill, we got satellite offices all throughout the county. I lost you. I don't have your sound.
Okay, give me,
Gotcha.
I had a lot. I cut my sound off. Sometime I can get feedback on you. But anyway, I got a couple questions for you.
Yeah, what you got?
This new license plate law causing a lot of confusion.
Yep.
Can you address that for a minute?
So they passed a state law, and to define the problem first before we talk about the solution. There's a problem with some of the, not just the frame, but we'll start with the frame that goes outside or around the license plate, whether you bought, your favorite college team or any number of things. And the problem with them is they were blocking the registration sticker, so you couldn't tell when the tag was renewed or not. Also, there's an issue with people putting covers over them. And two things happen. One, sometimes it would distort the tag so you can't read the tag. But I think part of that, they were selling them online, is that it defeats tolls. So you go through a toll, and if you have a cover on it, it reflects that light back, and you can run through a toll and they won't be able to get your tag for the license plate tolls. That was one of the, I think, the biggest issue, the catalyst for that law change. So the law says you can't have anything on your tag, not a clear cover. You can't have anything that would obscure the state. The registration sticker should be up in the corner.
Yeah.
So that law just passed recently, and that is new, and it caused some. We had to personally go out and remove. I had a police benevolent association PBA member, and I had that sitting up there in FOP at one point, and I had to take that off of my tag, personal tag. So some of them you'll see they'll move. Some of the frames, as long as it doesn't block, some are real thin. As long as it doesn't block the registration sticker, the numbers, the state, you'll be okay.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're saying because I had the same issue, but I was late when I renewed my tag and I got my little yellow sticker. I saw that it was blocking the part of the yellow sticker, and then I had to take my screwdriver and take the thing off and put it on there. So I got lazy and just started to put my little sticker below it without having to take it off. But I understand what the problem may be.
Yeah. So it's not, it's not, the sticker is one of them, but I think reading it and understanding just in the law enforcement, one of the bigger issues was they started selling those. You can't tell, you can read it if you're behind it, but if you're at an angle or just the way that it was designed, it would reflect back so people could run until you run the interstate or run down through the tolls.
Right.
It's, everything's told by tag now.
The problem also would defeat the red light cameras. Because the red light cameras depend on license plate readers like that too as well, right?
Red light cameras, we don't have those in Escambia County. The city has them.
Yeah.
The trailers, golf breezes. There's a number of communities in the state that have them. But yeah, you're right. Red light cameras, license plate readers, anything with a license plate reader, the toll on the bridges, on the turnpike, all that stuff, it would defeat it. So they're illegal now. You can't cover your tag.
Wow. What we got going on in crime this week?
We had a number of great cases come up. We're busy. We have 250,000 calls for service a year.
Wow.
It's a constant call volume. I have the CAD is computer-aided dispatch. You can't see it. I'm pointing to it. I got a bit of television right over here with just the number of calls. I'm looking at it, and we're always busy. We had a great case. One of our property investigators cracked a case where the guy was stealing. He stole motorcycles, stole a boat.
Yeah.
So these, it's unfortunate. These hard-working, men and women that own their own business, and then most of them get their enclosed trailer, put all of their equipment in there, and some thief will come up, hook up to it, and leave, and your whole livelihood is gone. So it's more than just the theft of tools. It's you're stealing somebody's livelihood, their ability to go to work, and that's exactly what was going on. And our detective was able to not only link them to one case, but we did a search warrant on a residence, and it led us to another residence, and we were able to recover motorcycles, boats, trailers with tools in it. So it was a great case.
Right.
Always narcotics cases. We get a number of anything from a traffic stop to what our undercover officers are doing. That long-term investigations have been very fruitful. We've got quite a bit of fentanyl, meth, cocaine, crack, large amounts of marijuana. It's been a very busy year for us.
Were you guys involved with that big bust that they had here a couple of weeks ago?
Probably so. Is it? If it was in the news, was it some of the narcotics cases?
Yeah, they had a whole gang of 15 or 20 people that was involved with that.
So we have internally, we have 21 narcotics officers. It's the largest we've ever had. Sheriff Simmons, when he got elected, he recognized that narcotics, it's the biggest driver of crime in our community is drugs. And there's a lot of violence surrounding it. Most of our homicides are drug related. A lot of the violence are drug related. So we've got to get a handle on that. So he increased the size of our narcotics unit threefold.
Wow.
On top of what we got going on here, we're also part of a number of task forces. We have a sergeant assigned to the DEA task force, the federal drug enforcement agency, and they're partnered with all of the local agencies, and some of the state agencies are on the task force as well. So we have those investigations going. We have a hand in that, and then everything that we do internal. And we'll partner with sometimes the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. If they have a major case coming, they'll reach out to us and ask for the manpower. If you're looking at law enforcement in Escambia, Northwest Florida, really one of the largest law enforcement agencies. So there's not much that goes on, even with the federal and the state partners. If they need help, they generally will reach out to us because we have the manpower and the resources to assist.
Well, you're talking about the resources. Years ago, I don't know where you have Sergeant Eddie Rabbit there, but years ago, he was in charge of the drug thing, and they only had 2 or 3 people assigned at that time. But things changes, huh?
We have come a long way, and we don't want to be reactive. the sheriff, we were, as an agency, manpower wise, they didn't add deputies for decade. They didn't increase the size of the agency. And since Sheriff Simmons has been in, we've added almost 50 positions. I think it's just over 50. And our target's going to be 500. And if I had 500 deputies today, every single one of them would work. There's that much work. You think of the population size in Escambia County, and we were behind before. To play catch up and then get ahead of it, we got to be in a position where we can fight these bad guys. We're not going to be reactionary. We want to, if you're importing or selling narcotics in Escambia County, we need to know. We're going to know about it, and we're going to be in your business, so to speak. And I just like to comment, when Sheriff Simmons got elected, I was the chief of police at the time for the city of Pensacola, and he said, "Hey, will you come over and be my chief deputy?" So I left the city, retired from the city, to come over and help him. And at that time we had, I want to say, 30 openings, maybe just over 30 vacancies. Today, it was only 5 years. Not only did we fill all of those 30 vacancies, but we've added 50 positions and filled all of those positions. And we have roughly 300 applications to come here. That's how the word is out. Our agency is the best agency. And I did 30 years with the city. I love the city. I got a lot of friends at the city. Wonderful agency. They can't touch us, what we got going on here at Escambia County. It is phenomenal. We had a sheriff from Mississippi come over with his command staff, newly elected sheriff, just got elected, comes over with his command staff to Escambia County because he wants to see what we're doing here and see if he can take anything back with him. That's what we got going in Escambia County Sheriff's Office.
That's great to have a model sheriff office. And speaking of that, so you have a lot of vacancies, and how do people find out about the sworn and the unsworn vacancies that you have there at the sheriff's office?
We don't have many vacancies anymore. We did, but we will announce it. I would encourage you, if you're listening to this, to break out your phone. If you're on a Facebook or Instagram, follow Escambia County Sheriff's Office on your Facebook page. We put a lot of information out. The sheriff does his weekly recap. He'll put out trends in crime. So, hey, be on the lookout. This is something that we're seeing. This is how you can protect yourself from it. And we advertise our openings as well. If you're interested in a job, you can always apply or reach out to us, and we'll hold an application, or we'll hold your name and say, hey, once a job opens, we'll let you know about it. But we got a good thing going. Like I said, there's a lot of people want to come work for us now, and that's telling. When you slow the turnover, we don't have deputies leaving at the rate that they were, and now you have 300 applications. There's a lot of agencies that they just don't have that. And we're in a position where we can be really selective in who we hire. We have our own police academy. So from the time we hire them, they're integrated into our culture and to the way that we do business. They understand our core values. And that's huge when you're looking at retention rate and building a culture.
Okay. Now, one of the things that you guys do a lot that I think help prevent crime and lower crime is that you feature the wanted fugitives and so forth, and so that help people recognize. I want to tell you a secret, Chip. I'm sorry, Tommy. Wanted fugitives is one of the creations of WBQP back some 30 years ago, and then we passed it on to Blab TV and so forth. And so that was a great program to get the folks involved with the community and certainly help crime, help lower crime. And to this day, that program is continuing, and I think it's a great program. And we need to tell Chip we need to get it back on. We need to get it back on WBQP as well to make sure that we can help prevent crime in our community.
The Wheel of Fugitive.
Wheel of Fugitive, that's great.
Yeah, and we'll do billboards. If you're wanted for a serious crime, we'll make you famous, and not the right way. So we get the word out. And I say it all the time. We have a warrants division that's all they do is serve warrants. We have an investigation division that That's all they do. They dedicate their entire, professional career to that, to investigations. We have patrol deputies that just love patrol. So we take every case serious, and we dedicate as much as is available to us. A sheer number of calls sometimes dictates, those priorities, but those serious crimes against people, or narcotics cases, we take this stuff serious, and we're going to get on you if we can.
Yeah. Well, I got one other question for you, and I hear a lot in the community. I see that you're changing your color scheme on your vehicles. Talk to us about that. And I know, and somebody asked me the question the other day, say, why is all of the sheriff cars in the state of Florida green now? Is that a state requirement? And then, but I noticed that you guys doing a little bit something different now. So talk to me about that.
The state troopers, they're tan and the black, and then the city of Pensacola generally are blue, and then the Escambia County Sheriff's Office, this is our color. Our uniforms are green. As far as the cruisers go, we found out that if we change the color scheme, because they used to be the green and white, where you get them from the factory, they're white. So you have to paint the green portions green, and you have to pay for it, and it slows it down. So we found out that not only was it a cost savings, it was a significant cost savings. Excuse me. It was a pretty significant cost savings in changing the color to the white vehicles with the lettering on it, and it sped up the time that we got them also. So that was the biggest driver, was from a financial. And then it was an opportunity to really brand it. The sheriff is big on branding. He's involved in all of it, from our patches to the badges to the uniforms that we wear, and to the car and the color schemes on our cruisers. So it was an opportunity to save money, save time, and then brand it to the way that we want it.
That's one thing I do agree with Chip on. He's involved in every aspect of the community. Everything goes on in this community as it should be. The sheriff is there, your office is there and involved, and that's, I think, with relating to the community, certainly will help prevent crime, and also interaction with the sheriff's office. Because we hadn't always experienced that in Pensacola.
I agree. I will say I've known Sheriff Simmons my entire career, and I've been doing this for 36 years now. I wasn't joking when I said he is the hardest working man in Escambia County. Not just law enforcement. I don't know if the public realizes just how much he gives of himself to the community, from 7 o'clock in the morning, a lot of times till 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. He is working. He's here all day, all the after hours stuff, all of the community events, all the weekends. His schedule is daunting. I can't keep up. He outworks me. I will admit it. You can see we're in No Shave November. That's where the beard came from. And it's a fundraiser for our foundation. We have a foundation supports the deputies, men and women here at the sheriff's office, not just deputies, but all of the employees. And you pay $25, you get to grow a beard in December. And we extended it through November. We extended it into December. So this is, I'm looking at my picture here in the Zoom, and I'm like, oh my God.
Well, see, you tell
36
Chip.
Years, this is showing on my beard.
Hey, Tommy, tell Chip he owed me, because he called me this week and said, I'm not going to be there, but I'm going to send Tommy there. He grew a beard, Vernon, just so he can honor you, so you can have your beard as well. Okay.
you got 30 years of great too. I want to, if we're getting ready to end, I want to end with this, man. I appreciate you and the opportunity for us to sit out here and tell our story. Because if you don't, if you don't have this avenue we can sit here and tell our story, somebody's going to tell it for us.
Absolutely.
And it's usually not accurate, or it's not necessarily in the best light. So I really do appreciate the opportunity to get on the radio and interact with the community and tell our story.
Yeah, well, that's great. Well, you're on TV and radio, and so we tell our story. And you hear every Friday at 8:30, and we look forward to seeing the Escambia County Sheriff Department every morning, so we can get the accurate information, get it straight from the sheriff's office.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you.
And thank you so much for coming on, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, yeah. Vernon, put your mic back on. Okay, that was the Escambia County Sheriff Office Chief Deputy Tommy Lottie. Tommy, thank you so much. We appreciate you coming on. And next week, we're gonna have we'll have the sheriff on next week. All right, y'all. I gotta take another commercial break, but when we come back, we're gonna kind of wrap it up. Okay, we're gonna kind of wrap it up. So we'll be right back in just a few minutes.
Some mobile companies make it hard to get a good deal. But at Cox Mobile, we know there's a better way to save. A smarter way. That's why we run on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability without breaking the bank. You'll pay as low as $30 per line. It's a win-win. Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile.
Looking to start a career or change your current career? Pensacola State College is the place for you. Choose from short-term, high-demand career and technical education programs ranging from commercial vehicle driving to medical assisting. Call 850-484-2000.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Call State Farm agent Arthur Searcy for your personal price plan today.
I remember these. Will I have the money to send my kid to college? Well, that's specific. How long has that been there? 7-letter word for a bank that helps you reach your goals.
Synovus. Order for Synovus?
Thank you.
Are you Synovus?
Yes.
Are you gonna ask or should I?
A solid financial future doesn't happen by chance. Let's talk about your potential today.
Joe Morrison Son Funeral Home has been in business since 1913. Hi, I'm David Hawkins, the owner of Joe Morrison Son Funeral Home, saying we are a full-service funeral home. We offer pre-need funeral planning. We have a newly remodeled chapel and conference facility. Stop by and see us today. We have 9 vehicles, all waiting to service you. At Joe Morrison Son Funeral Home, we appreciate your stopping by. On behalf of all of our family here at Joe Morrison Son Funeral Home, thank you so much for allowing our family to serve you.
All right, I'm back. All right, y'all. I told you I was gonna instill a joke segment in here so I can tell a joke of the day. Okay, and I'm gonna do that. But when we come back, we're gonna wrap it up. Okay, here we go. Yeah. All right, y'all. I gotta get out of here. I'll see you on Monday morning, Monday through Friday, on Vernon, Coffee with Vernon, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna be on every morning And I just wanted to let you know that we're going to be passing on community information about what's going on in your community and what's going on in your world. And you got it right here on WBQP TV and WBQP Radio. So I want you to tell everybody and spread the word about it. I want to get out of here with one song, one blues song, y'all, about these players. These players think they're players. But let me tell you, players, you're not a player. You ain't nothing but a bill payer. Always remember that. You think you're so hard, but women always break you down. You know what the blues hound always say? Women are always 2 steps ahead of you. Okay? So don't try to outdo a woman. And Willie Clayton got a song called "You Can't Beat a Woman." That's most literally and physically, okay? You cannot beat a woman, okay? You can talk tough all you want to. So all these players out there, all these players, I'm sending this song out to you. And I'll see you on Monday morning, y'all. Have fun. Have a great weekend. And if you got information that you want to pass on, that you want me to talk about next week, just give me a call or give me a text at 850-293-5007, or just email it to wbqp@wbqp.com. All right, I'm going to play this for all of you so-called players.
Yeah. Let me tell y'all something. I don't run behind no woman. I don't chase. I'm a certified, verified, dignified player from the Himalayas. Yeah, that's what I told the fellas. We was all out talking that big boy game, talking about how I don't miss her name. Said, man, she gone cool, less bills to pay. Had them all laughing like I'm okay. But soon as that door hit that click, I dropped my pride and my voice went quick. Grabbed my phone, hit a number twice. Said, baby, please, I can change my life. I'm a player from the Himalayas. Yeah. Right? Crying in the kitchen, sliding on towels. Said I'm smooth as velvet, cool as ice. Oh. But I'm begging that woman like she my Lord. Oh, the player caught the begging blues. Ooh. Man, I was on my knees like I dropped my keys. Said, girl, I'll wash some dishes, I'll rub them knees. She said, didn't you tell your friends you done? I said, I was talking tough, baby, just having fun. Now she's smirking, walking around in that robe, and I'm humming the blues while I fold her clothes. She said, thought you was Mr. Player, no chaser. I said, yeah, but can we talk about later? I'm a player from the Himalayas. He lied, texting paragraphs, tears on the dice. Swore he'd never beg, never lose his cool. Now he's singing in the rain, looking like a fool. Oh, Lord, the player caught the begging blues. Ooh, now, fellas, we all talk tough around the table, but let that love walk out the door. You turn into Key Sweat with a cash app. I'm a player from the Himalayas. Crying to the ceiling fan. Oh, save us. Oh, pride on pause. Ego on mute. That woman got me begging in a three-piece suit. Oh, the player caught the begging blues. Oh, caught the begging blues.